Look, I'm positive that you've already heard about dropshipping. Whether it's a TikTok video, a YouTube video, or a sponsored post, it's pretty much everywhere in the world of side hustles. But the problem with dropshipping is that all of these pieces of short form content make it look out to be this get rich quick scheme and get a Lamborghini next week, and it's super easy. So what's the actual truth behind dropshipping and what does it actually take to succeed? But most importantly, what are the actual experts not telling you? I'm here to cover it all. But first, let's actually start off with a quick overview of what dropshipping really is. Dropshipping is not actually a business model, it's a logistics model. In the typical dropshipping structure is where you build out a Shopify store, you're gonna load your products onto it, you're gonna finalize your store, you're gonna send traffic to that website, whether it's paid or organic traffic, where the customers are hopefully gonna check out on your website and purchase that product from you, where you then collect that cash, reach out to your supplier and have them send that product directly to that customer so you don't have to touch the product at all. And it also highlights the model being a logistics model rather than a business model. Now I'm gonna break down some brutal and bad news for you guys. The success rate of a dropshipping business is anywhere from 10 to 20%. That means most people that start a dropshipping business have an 80 to 90% fail rate. But here's the good news. You watching this video right here, right now, you already have a higher chance of success. Now you're probably thinking, why am I even qualified to say that? I've been in the dropshipping space for over 6 years now, generated millions of dollars across multiple stores. I even have a plaque that Shopify sent me for reaching over 100,000 orders on just one of my stores. And this is the plaque right here just for proof of concept here. So if all of that doesn't convince you, I don't know what else will. Maybe watch some of my other videos and you'll realize that I actually know what I'm talking about. But nonetheless, you're here watching this video, so let's get right into it. Let's actually first get into why there's so much controversy around dropshipping. Then after that, I'm gonna break down everything that these gurus are not telling you about the business. All right, so first with the controversial side, people say that there's no value added to the products when you're a dropshipper. They're essentially saying that we're not really creating a new product or adding any value to it, and we're just kind of skimming off the top. And that in its core value, it just isn't true. Again, like I was saying earlier, people just generalize dropshipping as a business model rather than a logistics model. So many brands utilize dropshipping that they've created their own products for. It's just a lot easier to dropship the products than warehouse and take all that risk on. Multi-billion-dollar companies like Gymshark actually started off dropshipping and then they moved into more of a standard branded e-com model. The second really loud thing that people talk about in terms of the controversy around dropshipping is the scams. There's so many grifters out there that say they can teach you how to scale up your store to $10,000. You just have to pay them 50 grand up front when they themselves have never actually even ran a successful store. There's a lot of people that will sell courses or mentorships that overpromise and underdeliver. There's people that straight up take money from people and give them nothing in return. This specific area of the controversy has really put a bad light around the term dropshipping, almost to the point where if you're not in the e-com space and you tell someone that you do dropshipping, they automatically just think you're a scammer. To be honest, it's pretty sad because there are a lot of really credible e-com people in the space. You just have to kind of sift through and find them. Now, potentially even the most controversial or just the worst are people that set up Shopify stores and then sell a product to someone and then just never ship out the order. They will literally take people's money on their website, process it through Shopify, add fake shipping links, and then never ship out the product and just keep all of the profit. It's terrible. All of these things put together are really what makes the term dropshipping so controversial, but things are honestly getting better over time. This was like a much bigger issue in 2020, 2021-ish. And hopefully by providing real free value for everyone out there, we can kind of combat this. Plus on top of that, you can learn how to do things the right way. Now, if you're still watching this video and I haven't scared you away yet, I'm gonna break down exactly what most people don't tell you about the dropshipping business. Essentially the less glamorous side of the business, what you can expect, the main struggling points that nobody talks about, and most importantly, the key things that you need to succeed. All right, so let's get right into it. First off, you're gonna fail. Succeeding in this industry is not as easy as it's made out to be. You will fail multiple times, you're gonna test multiple products, you're gonna hit roadblocks, and so much more. I'm here to tell you that this is totally normal and it's all a part of the learning process. For me personally, it took me 3.5 months of breaking even on my very first store before I even turned profitable. You need to be okay with all of these failures, get back up as soon as you possibly can, and continue to sharpen your skills. You have to remember that if you're starting this alone, you are essentially every single role in the business. You're the marketer, you're the graphic designer, you're the web designer, you're the financial analyst, you're the data analyst, everything, right? So all in all, there's a good amount of skills that you're gonna have to learn along this journey. But trust me, saying this out loud, it sounds a lot more overwhelming than it actually is. But for those of you that are just starting, I want you to keep that in mind because you're not naturally gonna be good at all of those things right off the bat. It's gonna take time, and as long as you're consistent, you will improve and you will succeed. Now let's talk about the products. Let's get real here. If your product sucks, nothing else matters. You could have the best ads, you could have a killer website, and you could still be sitting there wondering why you're not getting any sales. And the harsh truth that isn't getting through to you is that your product sucks. A lot of beginners get caught up in selling products that are just shiny objects. They pick a high-tech gadget or some flashy beauty product just because they think it's like innovative. But the truth is, if you're a beginner and you're selling a product that people don't really need or it doesn't solve a problem, you're kind of just throwing money down the drain. It's always much easier to sell a problem-solving product to a wide audience than something that you just think is flashy. And if you truly break it down to its core and just think about it, when people have a problem, they're way more likely to pay attention to your advertisement or your product and purchase from you because it's bettering their life. It's not just something that's excess and they don't really need and it'd be kind of nice to have. It's something that solves a problem that's true to them. The right product can really make or break your store, and this is the light blueprint that I like to follow. Step 1, obviously choose a problem-solving product. Whether it's back pain, clutter, or a skincare issue, people spend money to fix pain points. When you're looking at products and doing some analysis and research, I want you to be able to write down at least 5 problems that that product solves. And if you can come up with more than that for that product, you're probably gonna have a higher chance of success. Step 2 would be validating the demand for that product. Basically, do some product research around the demand of this product. Are people buying a product like this? Is the problem big enough and there's a lot of people that have this problem that would want this product to solve it? This can be done really easily just by going on Google search trends and looking up common problems and solutions for those problems, depending on whatever niche that you're in, right? So you can look up skincare problems and look up the top 5 problems that people have with skincare and then base your products around those problems. That's essentially one way that you can validate demand. You can also use like product research tools to see things that are up and coming and hot sellers. You can even just go on TikTok or Instagram Reels and look up your product that you're potentially wanting to sell and see if other people are selling it, if it's going viral, do people like the product? Those are some quick, easy ways that you can validate the demand for your products. And step 3 is make sure that you can get content. This is definitely a step that a lot of people overlook. Can you actually get content for this product? Are you able to order this product to your house to create UGC style content, which is user generated content, pretty much everything that you can take on your iPhone? And you might be thinking, you know, you could pretty much do that with any product, but that's just not necessarily true. You have to have access to be able to use this product properly in your video. A great easy example of this is if you live in New York City and you find a product that you want to sell that is in the farmer industry that solves a problem. I don't think there's too many farms in New York City, so you're gonna have to drive hours out of the city to go to a farm to film your content. That would make it pretty inaccessible. I mean, you could do it, but it'd be very difficult. So just make sure that the product that you're choosing, you can actually create content for yourself. And that now leads me to my next point, which is ads and marketing. You can have the best product ever, but if your ads are garbage, your marketing angles are garbage, you're not gonna be able to, one, scale the product and probably won't be able to make any sales. Maybe in the short term, a good product will get you sales, but your marketing will actually help you scale and turn into a brand. This is one of the most important elements, in my opinion, that not that many people talk about, is really mastering marketing angles, ad creatives, ad scripting, and testing. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you saying this is super easy. Marketing is very complex. Most people in marketing, and even the most successful people, can only make assumptions on what works just using their own data that they've collected over the years. And what I'm referring to are like big marketing companies or massive corporations like Coca-Cola. And now we don't really have all of that money and cash to burn to spend to get that data. But what we can do is let other people spend that money for us and just copy what they're doing. I mean, here's the thing. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. The beauty of online advertising today is that platforms like Facebook and TikTok actually let you spy on your competitors and see what ads they're running. You can literally go on the Facebook ad library right now, click on categories, click on all ads, and type in Lululemon. If you want to sell leggings or a competitor or a different version, you can look at their ads, which ones are performing. You can filter it by active ads, and then you can scroll down to see which ones they've been running the longest. So if they've been running ads for a really long time, that would indicate that that ad is a winning ad. They wouldn't just keep up an ad for months and months and months if it wasn't profitable for them. So they're essentially doing all of that testing for you, which is really, really nice. And then you guys can copy those types of ads while obviously adding your own flair and twist and your own products on them. And then once you have a clear idea of what's working and what kind of ad direction that you want to take it, you need to master the 3 things. And these 3 things that the best ads kind of follow are a hook, a story, and a call to action. And in summary, what a hook is the first like 3 to 5 seconds of your video, grabbing the attention of the viewer. The story is where you actually tell your story about how your product is going to solve these problems. Maybe you push some more buttons about that problem that they're having. And then your CTA or call to action is where you give them the solution, which is your product. And then you encourage them to swipe up or click on your link. Now that's a really simple version of it. It's going to take you a lot of time to learn about these marketing angles. It's going to take you time to learn about good hooks, story, and call to actions. But that's a part of the learning process. And what's nice about organic traffic right now is that it's completely free. So you can test all of these hooks, stories, and CTAs for free just by posting organic traffic, seeing which ones perform the best, and then just move them into paid after. So marketing might seem complex, but once you understand the basics of it, you can really just keep honing in on your skills and get better and better over time. Now, the next thing that people don't really talk about too much in dropshipping, and it's a really important one, and I want you guys to take this one seriously, it's straight up your supply chain. I see so many beginners get caught up in the fact that they want to find a product, advertise that product, and sell it and generate cash as quickly as possible, that they forget about the lifeblood of their business, which is actually getting that product to the customer. If you have a poor supply chain and your product arrives broken all the time, damaged, the wrong product, takes 45 days to ship, no matter how much you made on the front end and your advertisements are fantastic, your customer service issues are going to be headaches. You're going to get so many chargebacks. So I know, I've been there. People want to start off as hot as possible and make sales and see the Shopify notifications keep rising. But you got to hold on before you do all of that. You need to have a reliable supplier that you know is going to send the product on time, arrive in a nice box, and actually the product that you sold the customer. Now you're probably thinking, okay, how do I find a good quality supplier? And there's a lot of options nowadays. There are so many third-party suppliers in AliExpress, Alibaba, all of these different ways that you can source your products and set it up in a dropshipping model. The problem with a lot of them is a lot of them lie. And on AliExpress, it's really hard to get in communication with people that speak English well. Ship out the products correctly, don't overcharge you, care about your business. It can just be a headache to find that right supplier. It can take months and trial and error processes of sample products being sent to you. Overall, it's just a nightmare to try to work with people on AliExpress, and it usually doesn't work out. Now, the easiest way and the go-to is just to use a third-party trusted supplier like Zendrop. So what Zendrop does is mainly provide supplier-based services for dropshippers. And they came up with this solution because the market is so large for dropshippers and there was not a great supplier for them. They were all just on AliExpress. So their idea was to own their own warehouses so they had full control of the products that they're shipping out. You have a US-based team so they have great communication, have faster shipping times than AliExpress, and provide extra services as you need it, like branding and packaging, which you would want if you want to scale up your store. This is the back end of Zendrop if you've never seen it or heard of it before. And so what you can do in here is you can find products in here, you can upload them and link it directly under your Shopify site. So let's just say you want to sell this electric eyelash curler right here. You'd add it into your products where it'd go over into my products section. They would upload onto your Shopify store once you have it connected. And now it uploads the description, all the product photos, everything onto your Shopify store. And what's fantastic is it's now already linked onto Zendrop as the supplier. So when you make a sale on that website, your orders will show up here on Zendrop, where you'd go into the orders section and then you can do auto fulfillment if you want. So if someone places an order, you can say, hey, every next day that the orders came through, automatically fulfill them. So essentially you don't have to worry about your supplier at all. It's all taken care of for you. And if you're using their US based warehouses, their shipping times are fantastic. This processing time is 2 to 5 days to ship. So you can filter by US based products under the find products section. That way you can guarantee to get good quality shipping time to your customer. Obviously they have tons of other things like the dashboard where it shows you a summary of all your orders, the profit, what the cost of the products were. Once you scale up your store and you want to start doing branding, bundles and boxes, they can cover all of that for you. So the easiest solution is just using Zendrop for your supplier. And Zendrop does have a free plan, so don't even worry about that. If you want to try it out for free, I'll have a link down below in the description. But it's just my go-to. It's what I recommend for everyone because it takes all of that heavy lifting of finding a supplier off of your hands. Now, the next thing that people really don't talk about and is harsh in dropshipping is that you can't just build a random store. You need to build a brand. The barrier for entry of dropshipping is super low. That means a lot of people can join in and start a dropshipping store with really little to no money up front, which means you're competing with a lot of other people considering the market is saturated in a way of people starting it. So the point here being is, how do you stand out? How do you get someone to trust your store, choose your store over someone else's? And it's really all about the branding. You need a high quality website that doesn't look like it's from 2010 and scammy. There's no countdown timers that like, oh, 99% off right now, buy it, with like mismatching font and all of that stuff. You can't get away with that anymore. You need a high quality, good looking website with good photos. And on top of that, you need social proof, right? So you should have an Instagram account, you should have a TikTok account linked onto your website. You should have a good customer service, frequently asked questions page, and you should even go out and get UGC content from creators. They can be small creators, but send them some of your products, get videos back, and put them on your website as social proof. And if you want to get kickstarted on your Shopify website that's built on a premium theme and actually high quality, make sure to get the free store builder down below in the description. So I partnered with Shopify and Zendrop to make this happen. We'll literally build you guys a custom store on a $200 premium Shopify theme, load winning products onto it, already attached the supplier. And on top of that, you get access to my mentorship completely for free. In that mentorship, I've got all my private course videos. I'm about to launch a really massive challenge and course video in there that you guys should be looking forward to. We also do 3 live coaching calls a week. So if you're stuck on any of the steps in your dropshipping or e-commerce journey, we are there to answer your questions. And there's tons of other resources and bonuses services. I don't know why you wouldn't take advantage of this offer. It's literally $0 for you to join this. So if you want all of that and that extra coaching and help, I would sign up for that in the link down below in the description. All in all, you're never going to become highly skilled in dropshipping and learn these high income skills without trying. And sure, it's not going to go perfectly on your first, second, third try of testing out a product or building a store, but like everything else, it just takes time and consistency in honing in your skills. That's why it has such a low barrier to entry. You don't have to be anything special. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to be filthy rich to start the business. You need to have one thing, and that one thing is consistency and a mindset. If you can remain consistent, actually try to succeed for longer than just a week, and put in the time and effort to learn these skills that make up all of the puzzle pieces of building a successful e-com brand, I guarantee you, you will find success. And even if you don't find success, you're going to learn a ton of high income skills along the way that you can take and build other businesses out of. That is truly the beauty of dropshipping in general, is because you learn so many different high income skills that you can really branch out and build a portfolio of other online businesses. I hope this gave you guys some good insight of what you should be looking forward to when you're starting a dropshipping journey. I know it might sound a little scary, but trust me, it's well worth it. It's allowed me to quit my 9-to-5 job years ago, and it's truly one of the most fun jobs that I've ever had. I actually wake up looking forward to working. If you guys have any further questions or want me to explain something more, leave it down below in the comments. And better yet, just join the free mentorship program, get all of your questions answered, and let's get you guys on the path to success. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be posting so many more videos this Q4 and the beginning of next year as well. So make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned to those, and I'll see you guys next time.